다시들 자자 칼라 요바다 들이 대피바 상만아 다시 딜렉셔이 들이 하장 가와도 뭐 강리드네 들이 닥자가 또뭐 산지 좀 되되데 들이 너무 산쪽 쳐서 톡질이 들이 샘지 탐제가 또나 뭐라지 뭐 납자다 들이 제가 뭐 바로 상지 들이 제가는 페페가를 들이 아저들 성적탁서 마연가 공조라들이 야내라들이 성적탁서 라야를 야내리 요요래 들이 야내가 들이 말 들은 매일 마페들이 살에 밥을 지인데 이 제발진들들이 나중에 라나게 다게다 강사라들 순랑사부터 지그 제보지 그래 이때 강네들이잖아 사제 가래 쳐버리들 이런 것도 다 감성 생긴 담지 잡을做집에더니 샘나 산총 세대 삼제들이 마게 봐 깨와서 봐 깨와 뭐냐 봐 공을 배가 탑대 사제 봐도 서쪽에 시용 말이야 다 땡상 뛰는 말하더니 랑을 두고 또 가장 뛰어 세는 뛰어대 돌아도 그래 뛰어서 나면 배 대들이 냠좀해 봐 뭐냐 봐대 사제 가든지 되는데 다다는 잡을 그 메시지 대사 주를 삼는지 마냥 봐도 사제가 가든지 되게 살에 밥을 지 대다 양들이 좀 좀 취지 나가는 뭐지 양들이 사제가 들방 무연 배들이 대 정가량 뒤쪽 양들 키요에 내가 뒤치 발지래
Tahidele to all who came here and who are joining on the live streaming. Today is a very auspicious day because Shakyamuni Buddha, he first commitment bodhicitta in the loving kindness. At that time he recited 500 prayers. And then Shakyamuni Buddha, he went to the heavy and 33 gauss ram, and he practiced there for summer retreat. And after that, then he come back in the human ram, which caused the great festival where Buddha descended from heaven. And then in this auspicious day, the kindness of Buddha, all the beings of two realms have a great opportunity to increase bodhicitta, which already who generated already or gave rise already, or who did not give rise bodhicitta yet, but the kindness of Shakyamuni Buddha, then one can give rise bodhicitta. That is only no Shakyamuni Buddha. So that's where we are so grateful, Shakyamuni Buddha. So in this world, right now, the people who has a small loving kindness, that is the kindness of Shakyamuni Buddha. And at the same time, today is a special day that His Holiness Kuncho Chichinawa's birthday. So for that reasons, we are practice in this auspicious day.
대외들이자 상대의 용성나동 가래 요리들 토리스인데 니저 깔마 장조 도로도 속자 가리 망본도 이 미장다 하장 용용래데 가리게 용도네 삼제 용성을 들이 용타 담대는 도로마도 내가 차로 그린다 버리네 삼대면은 들이 도로 차로 그래 들이 로가로 대외를 들이다 조반 역딘수 공그 대 진조인데 거기 들이 대 지수되면서 사제 지수되면서 사제 포를 들이 저 사제 포를 정거 저 거기 지수 이제 계속 뭐 거기 지적이 사제 포를 정거 대 저를 가리데 오 사제의 가든 제와지 오디 가리지 장제 공고의 랍송지 오 당내 삼제 공고 나 삼제도 사제의 들 삼제 통제 들이 사제 지수지마 주 삼제 지수지마 다른 잠재기를 다른 게두는 것을 게두지지만 이 공이 요구 폰는 동고 송고송 이제 뒤송 못해서 말이 이들을 뒤는 들이 잠재기 잡아 채비벌을 들이 잠재 잡으려는 좀 탑재들이 잠재기 주바퍼 다시 들이
So, if we short stage Buddhist loving kindness, then actually there's this three higher realms are like daytime stars. That means very few numbers. But there are lots of numbers of lower beings of lower realms. The reason is they were the short stage, the loving kindness. So today, the Lord Jigten Sunggung, he said, my followers, you are going to hold Buddha's begging bowl. The reason is we are going to remember Buddha, and we are going to Buddha's Dharma, and then we are going to remember Sangha, the supreme examples. So we are the Sangha, so we are going to remember that Buddha's Dharma and Sangha's kindness. And then today I am going to immeasurable loving kindness to all beings of the world.
조선 합된 것도 좀 맞이서 주님 말하더니 다다더니 좀 얘기를 쏘아다더니 오늘 무슨 조카다 결정되는 것도 담하게 게다들은 저렇게 모여래 털지지 다시 되래.
So at the same time, we practice the treasury of blessings. This is the great thing to remember Buddha's kindness. Okay.
We'll begin with opening prayers in the Yellow Prayer Book on page 1.
Tar bai dan dan jen jen ba bar de jo bai je bai dan je je zo je bai mai nan ga dan yan be sen jen dan je de wa dan de ai dong er dan jan nhớ đờ lại nơi mẹ bài yan đại bài zo bê yan jo râm bồi che thô bài ja.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Oi de je de zai mai je je bar de le ngai za ge wa lai go mai je bar de le ngai za ge wa lai go de ne zon de nya mai zon dai zon je bar de le ngai zon ge wa lai go.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. So now we'll do the Treasury of Blessings, a practice of Buddha Shakyamuni.
Dai ge jan so je ba so nan je 若来本是三见者百修。
In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until I attain enlightenment. Through the merit of practicing generosity and so on, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until I attain enlightenment. Through the merit of practicing generosity and so on, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
三界单界地外单地外，觉单地百觉界，断二单断二界，觉单着百觉界，断二灭别地外单灭着外。 觉界涅人觉断涅断着为断涅来涅百觉界。
May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the sacred happiness devoid of suffering. And may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from attachment and aversion.
爱见灭东百涅单天相给，那万该灭三觉见灭子，然对南关觉真见自个。 人皆生者本业大为等，顿般尊灭下家生给能，世间多见真当被觉等，这个生生多见觉中修。 家业三论，家家类家贤，家园人家地界论界南，世界人道世界半半瓦，也是为世在为可言家。 涅槃世界内天觉着所，盘坐将尊贵皆用贵贤，天百三界世间太涅雷，南追地万觉给百所万。 在观的不断一见菩萨。
Middle of page 2. Abundance magically there appears before me in the sky amidst vast clouds of offerings, on a jeweled lion throne and lotus, sun, and moon disk seats, the incomparable teacher, lion of the Shakyas. His body, the color of gold, adorned with major and minor marks. Clad in the 3 Dharma robes, he sits in Vajra posture, his right hand gracefully poised in the earth-touching mudra, and his left hand is in the gesture of meditation, holding an alms bowl full of nectar. Like a mountain of gold, magnificent, he shines in splendor, spreading beams of wisdom light across the whole expanse of space. The 8 close sons, 16 elders, and the like, a vast ocean-like retinue of noble beings encircles him all around. Simply think of him, and he grants the glory of the highest bliss, liberate nirvana, the 2 extremes. He is the great being, perfect embodiment of every source of refuge.
Rồi nơi mùa lại trên bồi ngài gia tập bề cải tài ngài trên thế chế mê đồ tuần bài tuổi chế chế lại chân giải đại diện của doanh kế do lôi chơi chế cơn doanh chơi bề trên đời mê nên bờ thôi mê nên giải đề đôi mai lưỡi bà nhẹ nên cho bài trái bề so rồi ya bài tan so suy chế về kế vai nè Tớ dọn dõi lại chia sơ yê rai ngọt Sai trên gia chế chứa chân cô lựa tờ Chôi chơi chân men chế bài cổ đơ soi Chôi nên anh gọi ta về yê chế cơ Tớ dõi bồi chơi mê bài chơi mê chế Tớ chế nói người trên chế rồi đôi chạy Chế bê rồi gửi tội đời nói vấn đời Đại kiều tớ dân giải bê kế rồi chế Khai chơi rô vay gửi lại bê lê đời Chế chế chár bồi tại đời nhé chế 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 chár về bồi bài thôi bài chốt Đại chạy nhé mên rô vay gửi mê nạn Thuê chia lại bài dô về cái trên lệ Hiện tại tuyên đời rin trên trên ăn chế Na vay trên nhé chế trên thế lệ nhé Thế giới chọn chọn rồi mê chế bơ rơ Ye chế tế bê nhé nêu rồi đê na Nguồn chế toàn cho trên bồi mai nhé vạn Chọnជួយបាល់đời thôi chế trên
Middle of page 4. With your great compassion, you embraced this turbulent and degenerate world and made 500 mighty aspirations. You are as exalted as the white lotus. Whoever hears your name shall never return samsara. Most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homage. All my own and others' virtues of body, speech, and mind, together with all our possessions, visualized like Samantabhadra's offering clouds, I offer to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout beginningless time, each and every one I now confess with intense and heartfelt regret. And all virtuous actions of the noble ones and ordinary beings accumulated throughout the past, present, and future, I rejoice. Turn the wheel of the profound and vast Dharma teachings ceaselessly and in every direction, I pray. Your wisdom body is like space and remains changeless throughout past, present, and future. Yet in the perception of those to be guided, you go through the display of birth and death. Even so, let your form body continue always to appear. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, am accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future, for the sake of benefiting all beings who are infinite as space, may you, the sovereign of Dharma, be forever pleased, and may all attain the state of the victorious one, the Lord of Dharma. Living beings like us, adrift in this degenerate age, have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness, caring for us with surpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world now of the three jewels is your enlightened activity. You are then our only refuge, incomparable, supreme. So from our hearts we pray with total confidence and faith. Do not neglect the great promises you made in times gone by, but hold us until we attain enlightenment with your compassion.
Lai mai tuần bài chọn đền đề tế hiện ba zai juan ba yan da ba zo ba zan ji ba jar ba zai ja de ba la John the Lord,
Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge.
Deyata Om Mene Mene Mahamana Yasova, 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 Deyata Om Mene Mene Mahamana Yasova.
네 동방에 저것도 또 갑자기 되다 맥반이 사지 역거치고 맥레들이 되나 그리고 네 사지 쪽으로 삼는데 말이 직디 감나지거든요 견디는 바삼지 견디는 바되나 직디 감나지 서든 서이나 뭐도 강로 서로 삼대요는 대소지 사지 쪽거래 좀 우리 사지 그 이제 띵 강다와는 자한 거요리 사지 쪽으로 사지 군에 톡대 삼지 삼바체비 바래 대외에 소시 주라 다 삼지 경 삼지 다치보리 삼나 이라니 소비면서 거래 저부 사지 인빈 세면 총 책적 대게 조고요리 랑지 주르다 첩차 강 차라 강으로 총총되요 삼지 바 다치보리 단대 체도 막도 동 이제 주바가 나보자고 나서 뜻이나 되요리 너를 세 상지 그쪽에 남 상지 삼지 사와 상지 그 톡도랑 생이 쭉바리디 만랑서 손 차롱으로 차대요리 이 차롱들이 난지 그 차송을 난지들이 다주 삼지들 이 정랑이 라상 상지 차롱들 쇼송을 사지진이 짜고 말이 하장 때서 보는데 지금 봐고는 근데 기본 양이 계속이야 근데 지금 형들이 라고 사지고 뭐 톡톡고 요리 동네들이 이 저것도 다 삼지 하고 그래 상지 군이 삼지래랑 생는 삼지 상지래시 대하고 그래.
So during this sadhana practice, we visualize Shakyamuni Buddha. Actually, we think only Shakyamuni Buddha is the Buddha, but that is incorrect. So in the three realms, all beings who possess loving kindness, then they are Buddhas. You should remember that. And who possess loving kindness, and then they possess Buddha's mind. Real Buddha's mind is loving kindness. So in the 37 way of Bodhisattva, it says, complete enlightenment occurred from loving kindness. So only this single verse or single sentence then is very profound. So this we are going to keep this loving kindness through forbearance or patience. If we do that, then we can receive merit. So outer Buddha is Buddha's form, inner Buddha is loving kindness. Secret Buddha is our mind, and secret Buddha are same. So they are slightly different. Which makes that difference? That makes by our grasping. Our grasping is like ice. So when we purify, melt this ice of grasping, then our mind and Buddha are same. So that's where I always think that loving kindness is extremely important. So and then beside the loving kindness, there's no Buddha. So always, if you can keep loving kindness or give rise loving kindness, that means that you you can attain Buddhahood through this practice.
所以说说那么得把钱有来的，大概是那么得把钱没有那个，这他把那这里得把钱没呢，那么的各的没来的，送的家里人皮个落来的，哦，人皮个落上这些个落来的，就这些嘛，得为这上这里东西就拿的送的，那么送的咋是不说的，那么送的能力当那么送的咋是不说的。送的人那么sem的好高过来，那么sem的好高，那么他就sem的干嘞，我打三把车米来的，车米来的，你这三把车米来的，这好高，这说出去了三这个，哦，他那么三出生了说完的，都阿弟们说嘛说呢，就第十五个说，那么三出生了说完的，从他干嘞人呐，那么他就这个的，那么三这个的。삼대 올 가리 페거로 삼대 걸 난디 메만라고 요래 난디 메도 생기 탐지 상지리 차로도 잡도록 탐정들이 이래 이방을 사지진이 좀 무거워서 대장 무거워서 시상지 양모 맛이 남도 축구는 또 마도 오송 이 책이 좀 됐는 거 라면서 상지 양바대지 하고 요래 대변을 드리다다 다다 상지 말에 다 난지 그래 오, 삼대가 난지 미노도 그 삼대가 대체는 난지 총는 거래. 대 하고는 초가데 찍고는 얘기는데 주습들 상지 탐지 그래서다. 라마 그게 송답지 톡상지 라마 상지 샘도도 찍창을 내 라마 소리 매가 작을 라마 톡상지에는 라마 죽을 거 말지 송 라마 죽을 마오나 라마 대바운에 요토고 요 말에 대바시 아마 하고 요 말에
So there are many practitioners who faith in one's guru. So that's where what is the Lama or guru? So guru's body or sound, which one is more important? Guru's sound speech is more important because gurus teach the loving kindness and karma cause and the effect. So what is the cause of happiness? That is loving kindness. What is the cause of suffering? That is self-grasping. But then guru's speech and mind, which one is more important? Guru's mind is important because guru's mind is loving kindness, immeasurable. For immeasurables, especially for it is for immeasurable bodhicitta. So, in the fivefold of Mahamudra prayer, it says, "I supplicate to the Guru, which is the loving kindness of bodhicitta." So, there are different lineages or different trees, but they all taught loving kindness. So all the loving kindness are included Guru. So Jamgon Contra says, one's mind is Buddha, but we did not know that. And one's thought is Dharmakaya, but we did not know that. Right now, our one thinks, oh, we are not a Buddha, but because at that time, at that moment, we have self-grasping. So then, which can purify this self-grasping? It's loving kindness can purify this grasping. So that's where Guru's body is Buddha, and Guru's speech is Sangha, and Guru's mind is Dharmakaya. So if, as Malareba says, you should understand that Guru is as Dharmakaya. So if one did not understand one's Guru as Dharmakaya, then we cannot faith in Guru purely. So,
they have from ta the tongue the roll. Oh, God, how much of the tape I will long do the Sajari Gelo Garchen, the young Topas or Lore. Tell me, oh, Lama Chucker Conatri, to Tassori Tickle, but you say with the bottom of town souls. That will be Tananzi, Tananatri, descended, Todam de Balatri. Daji email the Chulam, Kata Bukuniva, Aston, check the zone, or Saji got a carrier, Saji with Namkata rate, Kadiri your rate. Take a little. Now Saji Ram sent it. Oh, Rams said the Saji is a Hakori. Not the Bagama or Maticoli. Oh, that is send the Saji, Yamtadi, Chakari. It will Yami now. Molantabina, Jimmy Basungo, Kunam, the Sungo. Take the road, nobody loaded the check from that carrier at the Tessa Montango. Check down your loyalty. Prima Chungare.
Inseparable. So this is important to realize. Otherwise, one thinks I'm Sajapa, I'm Geloba, I'm Kajupa, or something like that. But all the gurus' mind is loving kindness. But one doesn't know that. This one thing, I'm different lineages, and then at that time, one's mind has a fixation. But if one knows this Guru and one's mind and Buddha are same, at that moment one can purify fixation from one's mind. So there, and then one can give rise pure perception. There is it says, may I attain Dharmakaya, which is like a boundless space. So that's where inner Buddha is one's mind. That's important to understand. And then also the thoughts is also Buddha, Dharmakaya. If one realizes like this, then there are great benefits. Actually, all these prayers, it mentions same like this, but if we only recite, follow this literally or follow these words, then it has a small benefit. But we are going to understand the meaning of these recitations. For instance, Kundazambo prayer and so forth. If we recite like this, then it has great benefit. Through this way, we are going to practice.
Sova mene mene mahamana 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 sova mene 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 ma mena yeso wa om 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 mene ma mena yeso wa ton be gele ye 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 o za na zo be na wa jen be da da sen je dan je je ba dan je za je te ba je be lam je yuen de zui jen de je de jer me do be sai no bar je.
From the Buddha's body there emanates a great radiance of multicolored rays of wisdom light, dispelling all of our own and others' obscurations and causing all the genuine qualities of the Mahayana path to arise within us, so that we attain the level of perfection from which we will never return again to samsara.
De je se je guen je do je da ze bai mo lai chen ze ne be za lai me ye je jen zhe jen zha wa ten rai guan ai da sun ye wa yu.
Like all the Buddhas and their heirs, an enlightened intention and an activity, aspiration, wisdom, love, and capacity. In these and all the ways unsurpassable wisdom manifests, may I and every other being too come to be exactly as they are. Now we'll do the praise of the 12 deeds of the Buddha, the king of the Shakyas.
Tang gui doi jie shai jie re sun zhong yin jie me doi dui jie bon yuan ba se jie lun bo da ver jie be ge shai jie jie bo jie lai chan sai lo kan ge dang bo jian jue doi jie ne sun na ye xie zong ye zong ze jie den den de ba jia jian zhuo wa ye guan jie jia lai da ge du ba jie an ne dun ze de ge dun jie ne la le ba ne lan jian da jie jie re la ze ne la mo jian zhe jie lun ze jian wan ze lai jian za lo da wai jie zoi jia jie se bone ra je lön bö sar de dan ba se sai da ja zhen je dun zhen joy ne chan je re zhen en ze chan za lo yo na do de me ye zhen ge de a ga ma ga da ne je zar de che wo je ba je na zar je ne Liên đôi mê bỏi dê lai chan sa lo Ye địa chư ta tương bar cha vai thang Ca na mai tu ban sư suy mo ye Cor đại tên dê thập lai kê ba ye Yar si chung văn dê lai chan sa lo Cor ve cha văn nhiên bôi mê dê ne Chêm ne dõi tên kha lai dê ne chang Chuy tiên an đại trôi tư nhé lê nhé Rạp tư chung văn dê lai chan sa lo Xuân bê chan chuy trư bar quay nê 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 rin chan niên chan tư lôi trôi tư Ca vai chen dê xuân trân thar xê nê San tiên chuy niên dê lai chan sa lo Tôi miên miên niên bê bai tuân yuy chen Mang gai ta ye chan chuy sinh trôi tư Chia trôi mê yuy nguồn bar san chê nê Chan chư dô bar dê lai chan sa lo Tôi chiên đô lai nhur tư dê nê nê Hoa rai na dê lai dôi nên chôi tư Chê chên cô lai kur nê tư chai nan Thế ba xuân lai quân dê chan sa lo Chên chê cô vai ngên bai sar chê chê Mê tê tuân bai trôi tai lê chê so Cor môi chê kê yur tê tê nan tê Tê ba yê lê chê lai chan sa lo Se ba xuân ai bê mê yun tên chê Nhiên tê yur bar chôn trê chên bôi tên Lai miên rô vai kinh chê ran chê ba Tên ba chê baren chê lai chan sa lo Lê lôi chê nan nhur tê cơ chê chê San chôi trôi kê sai chê sa ma rê Chê miê đô chê ta vi kê chê nê Nhà nghiên ta văn dê lai chan sa lo Yan đại nhê tên chê ba mê chê tang Ma vây sim chê su nan to chê Nê nhê tê nê rin sê man trê nê Cơ tôn cha chê dê lai chan sa lo
Page 1. Skilled and compassionate means you unconquered subduer of Mara's hordes took birth among the Shakya clan. Your body shines like a mountain of gold, king of the Shakyas, I pay homage to you. First you aroused the mind of enlightenment, then you completed the collections of merit and wisdom. Through vast deeds you became the protector of beings in this age. To you I offer praise. Tamer of gods, knowing that it was time to tame us, you descended from heaven as an elephant, and seeing your clan of birth, you entered the womb of Queen Maya. Homage to this deed. When 10 months had passed, you were born as the prince of the Shakyas in Lumbini's fortunate grove. Praised by Brahma and Indra, your supreme marks confirmed your enlightened line. Homage to this deed. As a powerful youth, a lion among men, you showed your skill in Anga Magaga. Defeating proud men, you were peerless. Homage to this deed. To confirm with the ways of the world and to avoid censor, you possessed a retinue of queens and ruled over a kingdom with skillful means. Homage to this deed. Seeing that worldly endeavors had no essence, you left your home and, traveling through the sky, ordained yourself before the stupa of great purity. Homage to this deed. Intent on persevering until you had reached enlightenment, you practiced austerities for 6 years on the banks of the Nairanjana River, and ultimately, perfecting diligence, you attained the highest samadhi. Homage to this deed. You make meaningful your efforts from beginningless time. You sat unmoving beneath the Bodhi tree in Magadha, and fully awakened to perfect Buddhahood. Homage to this deed. Soon after, you looked with compassion upon beings in the holy places, such as Varanasi, and you turned the wheel of Dharma, establishing disciples in the 3 vehicles. Homage to this deed. To put an end to evil opponents at Gaya and Magda, you subdued all Maras, and such as the 6 Tirtaka teachers, Devadatta, and so forth. Victorious sage, homage to you, unparalleled in splendor in all the 3 worlds. At Shravasti, you displayed great miracles. Presented with vast offerings by gods, men, and others, you caused the teachings to spread. Homage to this deed. To spur the indolent at the holy site of Kushinagar, you parted from your immortal Vajra-like form and passed into nirvana. Homage to this deed. To show that you had not actually perished, and so that beings of the future could gain merit, you emanated a wealth of relics and caused your remains to be divided into 8 parts. Homage to this deed.
Prayer. Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to read the prayer called Maitreya's Aspiration from Ratnakutta Sutra. In English only. Homage to all the Buddhas, homage to the Bodhisattvas, sages, and the hearers too, who all possess the eye of gods. Homage to Bodhicitta, which reverses the path to bad rebirths, fully reveals the path to higher states, and leads one to the state where there is no aging and death. Whatever wrongs I have done, controlled by afflicted mind, I confess all of these in the presence of the Buddhas. May whatever merit I have gathered through the 3 kinds of activities, those seeds of my omniscience, not become exhausted until I reach awakening. I rejoice in all the offerings made to the Buddhas in all the realms of the 10 directions, which are known by the Buddhas who rejoice in them. I confess all wrongs and rejoice in all merit. I prostrate to all the Buddhas. May I gain exalted wisdom. I entreat all bodhisattvas abiding on the 10 grounds in all the realms of the 10 directions to awaken into supreme enlightenment. Having awakened into true enlightenment and conquered the hosts of Mara, may they turn the wheel of Dharma to heal all living beings. May their sounding of the great Dharma drum free all beings from suffering. May they remain teaching the Dharma for inconceivable millions of eons. Mired in the swamps of desire and entangled in the ropes of existence, I am totally enslaved. I supplicate those supreme among men to look upon me. Buddhas, do not blame beings who have tainted minds, but hold them in your hearts with love. May sentient beings be released from the ocean of existence. All those perfect Buddhas of this time, all those who have existed in the past, and all those yet to come, may I train emulating them and act as bodhisattvas do. Having completed the 6 perfections, may I liberate the beings of the 6 realms. Having actualized the 6 extraordinary faculties, may I reach unsurpassed awakening. Phenomena are not born and do not arise. They lack self-nature and location. They are without perception and substance. May I realize their emptiness. Like the great sage, the Buddha, may I realize that phenomenon lacks self-nature. There are no sentient beings, no life, no individual, and no soul. Selfless and devoid of grasping at material things to benefit all beings, may I give unstintingly. As things do not exist inherently, may my wealth appear spontaneously, as all things will end gradually. May I accomplish the perfection of generosity. Endowed with pure morality, guided by the rules of discipline, with morals void of arrogance, may I accomplish the perfection of morality. With patient acceptance that does not condemn, which is all-embracing like the elements of earth, water, fire, or wind, may I accomplish the perfection of patience. With perseverance that is stable, joyful, and without laziness, and with steadfast mind and body, may I accomplish the perfection of diligence. Through the illusion-like heroic stride and vajra-like samadhis, may I accomplish the perfection of meditation. Through actualizing the three doors of complete liberation, the equality of the three times, and the threefold knowledge as well, may I accomplish the perfection of wisdom. May my aspirations be fulfilled through a bodhisattva's diligence, which shines with dignity and brilliance and is praised by all the Buddhas. In this way, training in the bodhisattva's practices, may I become renowned for love. May I thus accomplish the 6 perfections and come to dwell at the summit of the 10th ground fully. Now we'll do the dedication prayers in the blue prayer book, starting with the King of Noble Prayers on page 52. Homage to ever youthful Manjushri. With purity of body, speech, and mind, I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception, in every world, in all the 10 directions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the world to all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightened ones. On each atom I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the world, each Buddha surrounded by many bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfections with all the sounds of various melodies and ocean of endless praise. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flowers, garlands, music, and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. I offer as well to those victorious ones the finest array of all excellent things, the finest robes and fragrances and heaps of sweet-smelling powders as high as Mount Meru. By the power of my faith in the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and present vast and unequaled offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed while influenced by desire, anger, and ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all the Buddhas, as well as those performed by the Bodhisattvas, Praktya Buddhas, Arhats, and those who are in the path of training, those who need no more training, and by all sentient beings in the 10 directions. I entreat the enlightened protectors who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood and illuminate the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. With folded hands, I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain as many eons as there are atoms in all the worlds for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, and beseeching be dedicated to attainment of perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddhas of the past and those now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those to come quickly fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddhahood by traversing the stages of enlightenment swiftly. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become extensively and completely pure. May it be filled with bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed to the royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May they be endowed with favorable circumstances for achieving dharmic goals, and may their wishes be accomplished. May I remember my lives in all states of existence while in training for enlightenment. In all my successive births and deaths, may I always embrace religious life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samantabhadra. Pure in the morality without defect, may my conduct always be flawless. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue and whatever sounds are understood by living beings, in the languages of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I steadfastly apply myself to the six perfections. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure my path. May I be free from karma, emotional afflictions, and the influence of demons, like the lotus unsoiled by the mire, or like the sun and moon in a clear sky, so that I may proceed unhindered. Throughout all the lands and all the directions, may I relieve the sufferings of the lower realms. May I be able to bring happiness to and provide benefit for all living beings. Fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment, may I work in harmony with the needs of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra through all future eons. May I always associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May I always associate with spiritual friends who wish to help me and teach the deeds of Samantabhadra. May I never cause them pain or disappointment. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas, without tiring in all future eons. May I always present them magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's holy Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samantabhadra in all future eons. Through rebirth in all the states of existence, may I gather an endless store of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms present in each world, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands, and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma, an ocean of languages precisely suited to the needs of each being. May I possess the perfect intelligence to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheels of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I know in a single instant all that is encompassed in the duration of the 3 times. May I behold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activities through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms of the past, present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. When the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the stages of Buddhahood, turn the wheel, and enter the profound peace of nirvana, may I always be in their presence. May I accomplish the perfect powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, the power of all virtuous qualities, the power of all pervasive loving kindness, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendent wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, method, and meditation. May the forces of karma be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, the power of the deeds of Samantabhadra perfected. May I tirelessly perform the enlightened activities for an ocean of eon, purifying an ocean of lands, liberating an ocean of beings, realizing an ocean of Dharma, attaining an ocean of wisdom, perfecting an ocean of practice, accomplishing an ocean of aspirations, ceaselessly serving an ocean of Buddhas. May I completely fulfill all perfect aspirations to the enlightened activities of the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times by attaining enlightenment according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these virtuous actions that my deeds may be like his. May my body, speech, mind, deeds, and environment always be pure. May I become equal to Samantabhadra in these excellent aspirations. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues. Through limitless perseverance, may I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men, and the infinite realms of the 10 directions adorned with jewels for as many eons as there are atoms in those realms, shall gain great merit. But whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer and is inspired by faith to intensely desire supreme enlightenment shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites the aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, beautiful form, auspicious physical marks, and a noble birth. Profane and devilish being will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will quickly reach the tree of enlightenment and reside there to benefit all beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of Dharma, taming the demonic hosts. Whoever preserves, teaches, or recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment. In whatever way valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all my own virtues that I may train to be like them. Since dedication is praised as supreme by the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times, I dedicate all of these roots of virtues to accomplishing the deeds of Samantabhadra. At the moment of my death, may all my obscurations be removed, that I may behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light, and go to Sukhavati, the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, may I completely fulfill all of these aspirations and benefit all beings as long as the universe remains. Joyful there in that blessed assembly of the Buddha, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus, and may the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I thereafter emanate endlessly through the power of perfect wisdom to accomplish countless benefits for living beings in all the 10 directions. Through whatever small virtues I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra, may all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single moment. Through the boundless merit gained by dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra, may the countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication prayers benefit countless living beings. May reciting this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realms.
Shantideva.
And now we'll do the dedication prayer from Shantideva's The Way of the Bodhisattva on page 61. By all the virtue I have now amassed by composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the Bodhisattva way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in their minds and bodies have, by virtue of my merit, joy and happiness in boundless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may their present joy know no decline, and may they taste of unsurpassed beatitude and constant and unbroken continuity. Throughout the spheres and reaches of the world and hellish states wherever they may be, may beings fettered there, tormented, taste the bliss and peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in the freezing ice be warmed, and from the massing clouds of Bodhisattva's prayers may torrents rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests where the leaves are blades and swords become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades, and may the trees of miracles appear, supplanting those upon the hill of Shamali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet with fragrant pools, all perfumed with the scent of lotuses, be lovely with the cries of swan and goose, and waterfowl so pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, the crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offerings, the dwelling place of Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stones, and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms. May those whose hell it is to fight and wound be turned to lovers, offering their flowers. And engulfed in fiery Vatarani, their flesh destroyed, their bones bleached white as Kunda flowers. May they, through all my merit strength, have godlike forms with goddesses and Mandakini's peaceful stream. What fear is it, they'll ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly Lord, the frightful vultures and the carrion crows? What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And looking skyward, they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. Then may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell, extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once fulfilled in bliss, they'll ask, how can this be? And thus the denizens of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here. For who is it who comes to banish dread, this youth with bound-up gleaming hair, this loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy? Do you see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses, the 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion? Thus may those in hell cry out on seeing Manjughosha. And likewise, when through these my roots of virtue they see the joyful clouds let fall their cooling scented rain, their obscurations cleansed by bodhisattvas like Samantabhadra, may all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the stooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon, each other's food, and may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokita's hand, and bathing in it may they be refreshed and cooled. And may the blind receive their sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and women near their time bring forth like Maya Devi, free from any pain. And may the naked now be clothed, and all the hungry eat their fill, and may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and the careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair, and bring them steadfastness in every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives be unchained and now set free. And may the weak receive their strength. May living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go. And may they gain without the need of toil the goals on which they set their hearts. May those who put to sea in boat or ship attain the ports that they desire. And may they safely come to shore and sweet reunion with their kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts be tireless in their journey light. May children, the old, the weak, protectorless, bewildered in the wild and pathless wastes, and those whose minds are dulled and all who are insane have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love, with perfect livelihood and sustenance. May they have mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth, just like the treasury of space, enjoying it according to their wish without a trace of harm or enmity. May beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and those worn down by toil and drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all the women in this world attain the strength of masculinity, and may the lowly come to excellence, the proud and haughty lose their arrogance. And thus, by all the merit I have gained, may every being, leaving none aside, abandon all their evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From bodhicitta may they never separate and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds, and may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all the 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and their bodhisattva children. and may the earth be wholesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and chasms, flat and even like a level palm, and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples, may multitudes of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorning them with every excellence, from bird song and the sighing of the trees, from shafts of light, and from the sky itself. May living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come into the presence of the Buddhas and meet with bodhisattvas, offspring of the same, with clouds of offerings unbounded. May the teachers of the world be worshipped. May kindly spirits bring the rains on time for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicines be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air that feed on flesh be kind, their minds imbued with pity. And let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear nor suffer insults, and may their minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May ordained monks intent upon the practice find perfect places for retreat and solitude, abandon every vagrant thought, and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all their wants supplied. May quarreling and vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults. May they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth wherein to undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may their renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in lower realms. May pain and hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again, may sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with Buddha's unimagined bliss, may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the bodhisattvas now fulfill their high intention for the sake of beings, and sentient beings likewise now receive the good the Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Arhats and Praktya Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness. And may I also, through Manjushri's kindness, reach the ground of perfect joy, and throughout the stream of all my lives embrace monastic ordination. Thus may I abide, sustained by simple and ordinary fare, in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him or put to him the slightest question, may I behold the unobstructed vision of Manjughosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions to the margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploits of Manjushri. Now, as long as space endure, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain, to drive away the sorrows of the world. The pains and sorrows of all wandering beings, may they ripen wholly on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine, only remedy for suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuance of time endure. And now to Manjughosha I prostrate, whose kindness is the wellspring of my good intent, and to my virtuous friends I also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow. Do the mandala offering in English in the Yellow Prayer Book on page 7. An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms, if I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine, by offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial, the supreme mandala in the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood. Om Guru Deva Da Kini Ratna Mandala Prakticha Soha.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, His Holiness Johnson. Happy birthday to you. All the hatred, eliminate hatred of the world.
Long Life Prayers in English, Yellow Prayer Book, page 20. For this realm, encircled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness without exception. Tenzin Gyatso, Lord Chenrezig, may your life remain steadfast until the end of samsara. Embodiment of the 3 jewels, great being who upholds and increases the teachings of the Shakya lion, you perfectly guide others with your excellent deeds. May you, the precious Guru who accomplishes everything spontaneously, live long. Holder of the teachings of the Lord Drigumpa, great sovereign of the 3 jewels, through the power of your peerless compassion and the holy Dharma's peaceful light, you bring relief to beings. May your life be long. Known in the noble land as Arya Deva, you emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chodingpa, the heart son of Jigdingompo. May the life of the glorious Garchen remain steadfast for 100 eons. Page 26. May the teaching of the great Drigumpa Ratna Shri, Master of Interdependence, Omniscient Lord of Dharma, who has seen all noble things, be upheld through the teachings and practice, through hearing, reflecting, and meditating until the end of existence. Your 1,000 arms are the 1,000 wheel-turning kings. Your 1,000 eyes are the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate eon. Your love is boundless like space. I supplicate the Bodhisattva Chenrezig.
Om
Lasan.